How do I solve quadratic equations? Okay, there are several methods to solve quadratic equations. We have what we call the factorization method. We have completing the square method. We have graphical method. We have general formula method. Okay, now the factorization method can only solve quadratic equations that are factorizable. Okay, so it means that if a quadratic equation is not factorizable, we cannot use the factorization method. Now, how do we work with factorization method? Let's start with this question here that says we have x squared. It says solve or factorize x squared minus 7x plus 10. Now the first thing we do here is to multiply this term and this term. Multiply this term and this term. That's the first thing we do. Okay. What does that mean? It means that if I want to multiply this term and this term, I'll be having 10 times x squared. That gives us 10x squared. Okay. Now, from 10x squared, we are going to produce two factors. Okay. Such that when I multiply the factors, I'm going to get 10x squared. And when the factors are added, I'm going to get minus 7x. So when the factors are multiplied, I am going to obtain this. And when the factors are added, I should obtain this. Now, what are the factors here? If I go with 7x, now 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, so the factor of 10 is 2. 2 can divide 10, 5 can also divide 10, 1 can divide 10, 10 can divide 10. Okay, so the possible factors here is 1 and 10, 2 and 5. Okay, now which of them is most preferred? Now there's nothing I can do to 1 and 10 to give me 7. However, there's something I can do to 2 and 5 to give me minus 7. Okay, what does this mean? It means that if I want to get the factor of 10, okay, x squared, I want to get the possible factor for 10 x squared here, I could say minus 2x and minus 5x. Okay, minus 2 minus 5, because if I add minus 2 and minus 5, I'll get minus 7. And if I multiply minus 2 and minus 5, I'm going to get 10x squared. So this is the accepted factor. Before the factor can be accepted, it must satisfy this condition. When added, it gives me the middle term here. And when multiplied, it gives me the result here. Okay, so that is it. Now in that case, now I can simply solve. I can say the same thing as saying x squared minus 2x minus 5x plus 10 is equal to 0. Now if I group, x is common here. So if I bring out x, we'll be left with x here. If I bring out x from x, I'll be left with x. If I bring out x from minus 2x, I'll be left with negative 2. Now, I need to, because of this negative sign here, I need to, if I bring out just 5 from here, I'll be having x plus 2. But what I have here is negative. What I have here is negative. So what should be here should also be negative. So it means that I have to factorize minus 5 from here. So when I factorize minus 5 from here, here will be left with what? X. Because minus 5 from minus 5x, I'll be left with x. Now, 10, okay, divided by minus 5 will give me minus 2. So I'll be left with minus 2 here. Okay. So why I did this is that I'm bringing out minus 2, minus 5 from positive 10. The result is negative 2. All right. So at this point in time, you can see that we have this common term. Okay, we have this term being common with this term. Now, once you get to this point, if you can get to this point, you know that you are correct. Okay. Now, what you have here should be similar to what you have here. They should be common. Okay. Now, since this 2 is common, if I bring out x minus 2, x will be left here and minus 5 will be left here. Okay, everything equal to 0. So when you get to this point, you're good to go. You can just say let x minus 2 be equal to 0 so that x becomes 2, and also let let x minus 5 be equal to 0 so that x is equal to 5. Now you can see that after solving, we have been able to show that the roots are 2. Okay, x can be 2 or x can be 5. Okay, so you can also test to see if your answer is correct if you want to. If you place 2 as x or place 5 as x, the result is going to be 0. Okay, if you place 2 as x, 2 squared is 4 minus 14. Okay, so 4 minus, because 2 times 7 is 14. So 4 minus 14 gives us what? Gives us minus 10. Minus 10 plus 10 is 0. So 2 satisfies it. Now we'll talk about 5. 5 squared 25. 7 times 5 is 35. 25 minus 35 gives us what? Gives us minus 10. Minus 10 plus 10 is 0. So you can see that these two answers are. Now the second question we have here, we have x squared minus 9x plus 14 is equal to 0. Okay, so the same way we multiply this and this, that gives us 14x squared. Okay, so two factors that will give us minus 9. From 14 we have 2 and 7. 2 times 7 is 14. So 2 and 7 are the good factors, because if I do negative 2x and negative 7x, I'll get negative 9x, and negative 2x times negative 7 gives us positive 14x squared. So these are the accepted factors. So I can proceed to say x squared minus 2x minus 7x plus 14 is equal to 0. So I'm going to group again. So when I group, x is common here. Now if I bring out x will be left here, minus 2 will be left here. Then if I bring out minus 7, we have x minus 2 again equal to 0. Now at this point, you can see that this 2 here is common. So I can say if I bring out x minus 2, which is a common term, x will be left here and minus 7 will be left here. Okay, so everything equal to 0. So for me, I can say if this is equal to 0, if x minus 2 equals 0, x is equal to 2. In the same way, if x minus 7 is equal to 0, x is equal to 7. So my answer here is x equals 2 and x equals 7. The question says solve this using factorization methods. Again, I'm multiplying this and this. So we have 4x squared times 9 gives us 36x squared. Okay, so from 36x squared, I'm going to produce two factors that would be added to give negative 12x and multiply to give 36x squared. That is obviously going to be, okay, 6 and 6. Okay, because 6 and 6 is us 36. So 6 negative 6x negative 6x, okay, when added gives us negative 12, and when multiplied gives us positive 36x squared. So that is the accepted factor. So we can work with this. So what I have here becomes 4x squared negative 6x negative 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. So I'm going to group again. When I group, x is common. No, 2x is common here. So if I bring out 2x from here, okay, if I bring out 2x, I'll be left with x here. I'll be left with 3 here minus 3 is common here. If I bring out 3 from here, 2x is common. So if I bring out 2x from here, 2x will be common. It will be left here, and 3 will be left here. If I bring out 3 from here, 2x 2x will be left here, and negative 3 will be left here. Okay, so at this point in time, I can say 2x negative 3 into 2x negative 3. Okay, so what we have is like saying we have a perfect square here. All right, so if if 2x negative 3 is equal to 0, so 2x is equal to 3. Okay, and x is equal to 3 over 2. Now, if I do the same for this, equal to 0, I'm still going to have 3 over 2. So it means that my answer is 3 over 2 and 3 over 2. Okay, so this is the answer to we have.